What you don't know behind Pelé'S death. When Brazil woke up to the news of Pelé'S death, the entire world seemed to stop for a moment. It was as if time itself had frozen. The king of football, the man who turned the sport into art and made an entire nation known for its joy, was gone. But what many people don't know is that behind this farewell, there was a silent story filled with faith, pain, and serenity that few could imagine. For years, Pelé fought a long and exhausting battle against colon cancer. A fight he faced with the same dignity and courage that defined him on the field. Behind the scenes, he already knew his body was getting weaker, but his soul remained strong. Those close to him said that, in his final months, Pelé often spoke about purpose and gratitude. He said his mission on earth had been fulfilled, that life wasn't about trophies, but about leaving love behind. Few people know that in his most fragile moments, Pelé turned to faith. In silence, he prayed to God, asking for peace in his final journey. He didn't fear death. He only feared leaving his children and grandchildren without his embrace. The nurses at Albert Einstein Hospital said that Pelé always thanked them for every gesture, every small act of care. Even in pain, he kept a gentle smile, as if he already understood that he was saying goodbye, but with his heart at peace. While the world waited for updates, inside that hospital room there was love, calm, and acceptance. Family members stayed by his side. And in that quiet atmosphere, Pelé asked to listen to the songs that had marked his life, old sambas, Santos FC chants, and melodies of hope. He said that music reminded him of the stadiums, of the crowd's roar, and of every child who once dreamed of being like him. In his last days, Pelé made sure to thank everyone who had been part of his journey. He sent messages, spoke words of farewell, and repeated a phrase that moved everyone around him. "I don't die. I just change fields." And maybe that's exactly what happened. Because Pelé wasn't just a football player. He was a symbol. A man who proved that a poor boy from Tres Carracos could become the greatest of all time. He represented Brazil when the country most needed pride. He was the voice, the smile, and the hope of a nation. But there's a detail few people know. In the days before his passing, Pelé received thousands of messages from fans all over the world, from countries he had never visited, from people who didn't even speak Portuguese. He asked that every single one be read to him. And as he listened, tears rolled down his face. Not tears of sadness, but of gratitude. Because he knew he had completed his mission with love and honor. Pelé passed away on December 29, 2022, at the age of 82. Curiously, that date marked the end of the year, as if the king himself waited for the final cycle to close before leaving in peace. A cycle that began with a barefoot boy playing with a sockball, and ended with a man who became the most famous name on the planet. And perhaps the greatest mystery behind Pelé's death is not how he died, but how he lived. He lived with purpose, love, and humility. He never forgot where he came from. And even though the world adored him, he always kept a simple heart. His body was laid to rest at Vila Belmiro Stadium, the home of Santos FC. For more than 24 hours, a never-ending line of people came to say goodbye. Men, women, elders, and children, all united by one feeling, gratitude. It was the people saying, "Thank you, Pelé." But few noticed something in that moment. As cameras filmed the farewell, the sky over Santos looked different. The sunlight shone softly, and the wind passing through the stands sounded like invisible applause. It was as if nature itself was saying goodbye to the man who made the world smile. And so the king left us, leaving behind not just goals, trophies, and records, but a story that will never fade. Because Pelé didn't just belong to football, he belonged to humanity. And even though his body rests, his legend remains alive in every field, every ball kicked, every child who still dreams of the impossible. What you didn't know behind Pelé's death is that he was never defeated by illness. He was only defeated by time. And yet, even time will never erase the light of a king. Pelé is eternal. His name will echo for as long as the world loves football.